A company that didn't even exist 4 years ago is about to be worth more than Walmart, Toyota, and Samsung combined. Yet they just warned the world that their own product might be too dangerous to actually control. We're talking about Anthropic here. They've hit a $47 billion run rate and are growing 5 times year over year. But here is the wild part. Their massive $965 billion IPO filing arrived the exact same week they signaled severe concerns over AI control. $47 billion sounds massive, but the real story you need to pay attention to is the intense tension between that sky-high valuation and their own internal safety warnings. Which brings us to Section 1, the trillion-dollar paradox, and AI's existential threat. This paradox is really the epicenter of a fierce global capital war against companies like OpenAI and DeepSeek. And the mechanism behind it? It all comes down to comparing traditional software to AI development. Look, most people assume AI companies are just selling chatbots, right? They aren't. AI development is fundamentally dependent on massive, incredibly energy-hungry physical infrastructure. These aren't just software companies anymore. We are looking at heavy industry. And here is the rewind moment, the crucial detail that almost everyone misses. Anthropic pays SpaceX $1.25 billion every single month just for compute. Let that sink in for a second. The future of global AI independence is fundamentally, structurally dependent on a single infrastructure vendor. If you control the compute, you absolutely control the AI. So who actually controls that AI infrastructure? Well, that control is shifting fast. NVIDIA's new RTX Spark superchip is moving AI processing right out of the cloud and directly onto your smartphone. The bottleneck isn't just sitting in massive server farms anymore. This battle for control is moving right into your pocket. And as that compute power decentralizes, it opens up a terrifying new attack surface. That leads us right into Section 2, the invisible war and the new era of cybersecurity threats. Because while AI accelerates innovation for us, it shrinks the exploit window for cybercriminals from days to literally hours. But here is the rewind moment, the number that changes absolutely everything. Some criminal groups are now capable of fully breaching an enterprise network in under 30 seconds. 30 seconds! By the time a security team even receives an alert, the war is already over. The recent Shiny Hunters breach shows exactly how this works in practice. Now, traditional hackers used credentials stuffing, brute force guessing passwords with code. But Shiny Hunters, they used social engineering at an enterprise scale. They didn't hack into systems using complex code. They simply manipulated human psychology so they could log in directly. To really understand how devastating this is, just look at the Vercel OAuth attack. A supply chain attack is like a thief who doesn't bother robbing your house, but instead robs the locksmith who made your keys. Just one single infected employee exposed source code and authentication tokens globally. It is an absolute masterclass in exploiting the weakest link. These attackers aren't just isolated hackers in hoodies anymore. Modern ransomware groups operate exactly like legitimate corporate businesses. They have dedicated negotiators, tiered pricing, and even 24/7 client support. They recently set up over 65,000 fake FIFA World Cup domains just to trap unsuspecting users in massive phishing infrastructures. So how does a 30-second breach connect to a $100 million video game trailer? Well, when criminals can weaponize networks this efficiently, it forces us to look at where the largest volumes of digital attention and money are currently flowing. And right now, the ultimate target for that kind of scale is the gaming industry. Section 3, the $100 million trailer at Summer Game Fest 2026. Events like Summer Game Fest have entirely replaced E3 as the ultimate arena for game publishers. They intentionally strategize leaks for massive titles to maximize engagement. They know that reveal trailers are no longer just marketing materials. No, in 2026, a game trailer is a highly complex financial instrument explicitly designed to move markets. Because the gaming industry now generates more revenue than the film and music industries combined. This is the undisputed heavyweight champion of global entertainment, and the financial stakes are astronomical. A single, well-timed trailer for a massive IP like Persona 6 can move over $100 million in pre-orders within 48 hours. This perfectly explains why staggered releases, like GTA 6 launching on console in November 2026 with no PC date, are not development delays. They are highly calculated economic decisions designed to double-dip on sales.
But here is the question no one asks. When millions of gamers hit pre-order at the exact same second, what happens behind the screen? They are stressing a hidden financial system that is currently being entirely rebuilt from the ground up to handle this exact scenario.
Which brings us to Section 4, the invisible money routing layer and the future of Fintech. Fintech revenues are projected to explode to $2 trillion by 2030, driven by real-time payment rails rapidly replacing our sluggish traditional banking infrastructure. The engine behind this is payment orchestration. Think of it like an air traffic controller for your money. It is an invisible system ensuring your card swipe works instantly by bouncing the transaction across multiple providers in milliseconds. Major institutions are actually restructuring their entire treasury strategies around crypto stablecoins just to make this orchestration even faster. You are looking at finance becoming entirely systemic.
But the wild west of crypto payments is ending. The July 1st MiCA regulation deadline dictates that all crypto service providers in Europe must become officially licensed or shut down permanently. The era of unregulated digital money routing is officially over.
Rewind moment. And here is our final rewind moment. What is really terrifying and fascinating is the X402 protocol. Imagine giving your digital wallet its own brain. This framework allows autonomous AI agents to negotiate and spend your money online without you ever clicking a button or giving any human input. Finance is becoming fully automated. Section 5, the fight for infrastructure control, the ultimate meta pattern.
Everything we've looked at in this explainer, from Anthropic rating billion-dollar checks to SpaceX, to shiny hunters bypassing passwords, to gaming's massive new payment rails, is fundamentally about one single thing: control. The companies that will win in 2026 aren't the ones making the best chatbots or the best video games. They are the ones aggressively monopolizing the invisible infrastructure that everything else relies on: the compute, the credentials, the financial rails, and the distribution. If you understand this, you understand where the entire global economy is heading.
If you had an aha moment about infrastructure control today, hit subscribe right now so you never miss these connections. So here is what you need to take away from this explainer today. Check to see if you were exposed in the shiny hunter's credential breach. Prepare your digital wallets for the fallout of the MiCA deadline, and watch closely how the Anthropic IPO reshapes who actually owns the tech landscape. You now understand the mechanisms running beneath the headlines. Make sure you follow this explainer series because next week we are covering something almost nobody is talking about yet: the real reason AI labs are aggressively pursuing government defense contracts and what Project Glasswing actually is. You won't want to miss it.